And so now we go back to the future where Emily, Lauren's daughter, is trying to fix the time machine 2.0, where Chris, the podcaster, shows up and says there's something crazy happening because I remember Tiffany being found in the garage, but these photos are showing her dead on a waterbed. And now in the picture, Emily sees a note that says, "Stab the machine." And this is from Jamie in the past. Jamie says, people remember things that didn't happen, like people thinking Nelson Mandela died in jail. But there's a theory that those memories are false. They're just lingering from the past or some altered via time travel. And now Chris is showing Emily pictures from the party from 1987. And she's like, oh shit, there she is. Jamie is back in 1987. And that note was a message to me. Stab the machine. The killer's knife must gotten stuck in the conductor somehow. And Jamie is telling me that I need an extra metal conductor. She says, Chris, Jamie is trying to solve the murders, but he says, but they're still dead. Well, yeah, Tiffany, but Heather and Marissa haven't happened yet. You see, time happens all at once, just like a river. Now, as they make it to the cabin in the woods, Jamie is telling them the rules. Do not go outside. Blake yells, I'm gonna get naked in the hot tub. Who's coming with me? And as the group is in the hot tub, Jamie and teen Kara, they are talking. And then Jamie realizes that the brownies that she has been eating has weed in them. And she's like, oh my God, now everybody is high. She's like, wait, why don't I feel anything? Kara says, man, you must have a high tolerance. Do you want to smoke a doobie? And she hands her a bag of weed of what's left over. And Jamie takes a look at it and says, man, this is dirt. 80s weed sucks. Now, only way that Jamie can get the group inside is to tell them that she's got pizza. And then they go inside, but they lock Jamie outside because she must have hidden the pizza because there's no pizza there. So they're looking for the pizza in the house. Meanwhile, Pam and Blake can't keep their hands off of each other. Jamie is outside and she's looking through the windows and she sees somebody in the cabin with the group. Pam now realizes that there is a killer on the loose, and then they hear a noise from outside their room, and then they barricade the door. And now Heather is passed out in her room, and Jamie is outside her window banging on it, telling her to wake up. The closet door opens up and the Sweet 16 killer walks in. He turns up the radio loud, and then Jamie makes it over to the window of Pam and Blake's room, where they finally let her in, and she says, he's gonna kill Heather. I thought you said Marissa was gonna get killed next. We need to go help her. Heather now wakes up as the killer is about to stab her, and she blocks his knife and then runs out the door. But he catches up with her and throws her down a flight of stairs. And as she lands on her back and she rolls down the stairs, her leg is broken. Heather is crawling away, but that broken leg, she can't get too far. The killer slowly walks down the stairs, and as she's crawling away into the kitchen, the killer stalks her, and then he stabs her right in her back, and then continuously stabs her 16 times. Blake runs in now and he tries to save the day, but he gets stabbed right in the chest. The killer goes to leave the cabin. As he opens up the door, Jamie's there and she slams his head with a piece of firewood. As they fight back and forth, the killer is choking Jamie, and right before he stabs her, Mom, Pam, slams a vase over his head. But the killer kicks Pam right in her gut and then slams her head against the table. And right before he gets a chance to kill Pam, Blake saves the day as he grabs a fire rod and starts swinging it at the killer, and the killer runs away. And now all of them are badly injured but alive, except for Heather, which is dead. So they all make it to the police station, where Jamie hands over the blood from the killer and says this is the DNA. But since in 1987, they have no idea what that is, and they just throw it away. And as the kids have no clue who have done this, they must go back to school. Jamie is now talking with Teen Lauren, and she says maybe there are two killers. Like in Scream, the one with Drew Barrymore in it. Oh no, wait, that hasn't even happened yet. So now Lauren is showing her prototype of her new time machine, but Jamie's smartphone picks up a Wi-Fi signal from it. And this is exactly what she needs to get her back to the future. But then they realized that the strong signal came from the TV satellite. Lauren says good news, because given your battery rate of paracyclic drain, you have approximately 7.5 hours until you are stuck here forever. Jamie says, holy fuck, because that's about the same time that Heather was killed. Lauren says, well, where at? The Halloween carnival. Lauren says, well, that is good, because they always broadcast there, and that's how we'll get you home, because we will hijack the life battery at the boardwalk, okay? Lauren has figured out a way to fix the photo booth, the time machine, but they need a lot of power for it to work, something like to disrupt gravity. Jamie says, what about the quantum drop? She said, yes. And it is very easy to get into the ride. All they got to do is tell the operator that there is something wrong. And he's like, no worries. Now it is time for me to take a break. Man, the 80s are wild. You can get away with anything here, Jamie says. And now she is telling the group, so I told Pam that I am a psychic, and I thought Heather was going to be killed tonight at the Halloween carnival in the parking lot. But since she's already dead, he's probably going to go after Marissa. My visions could be wrong. Anything could happen. I mean, no one is safe. So if anybody wants to leave, do it now. Pam now says, I want to catch him, even if he does kill Marissa and the rest of us live. Oh, Jesus, I don't want to go my whole life knowing that psycho killed my friends and he is still out there either. So they use Marissa as bait to go into the dollhouse of horrors to act like she is going to go blow someone. As it is Halloween night at the carnival,